Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
So my cousins were just visiting, and they have a 14-year-old son, and she was like, oh, man, the mom, who is my cousin, was like, oh, man, I really need to pick James's brain because my son just saved up all of his like holiday money and allowance and stuff like that, and bought his first D&D book.
Nice.
She was like, I really want to play with him. He's making characters. I'm like being the supportive parent, getting in on it, and I don't understand a single thing that's happening. Yeah. And I was like, yep, that's how it goes. But then I had this dilemma because I was like, oh, well, if he's interested in like role-playing games, we actually do this podcast. But then I was like, should I recommend that my 14-year-old cousin listen to this?
He's 14. We do explicitly have an explicit tag on ours. Yeah. So it's just supposed to be 18 plus, 17 plus something.
That being said, he's 14 and goes to public school.
Yeah,
my 12-year-old son listens to this show.
Yeah. He's heard worse than
Your
this.
son listens to this show?
Mm-hmm.
But,
how old's your son? 13?
12.
He just
13 in a few months, yeah.
Wow.
You go through all of the content yourself and ensure that it's, reasonable.
Yeah, so. Jason has at least listened to every episode of this podcast before his son listens to it.
You've kind of vetted the people.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything that Trent guy does. Don't copy any of that.
Somebody will like talk to me about what happened, and it's like, yeah, no. I was playing the game.
I was there.
I was playing.
Jason's son is very cool. We hung out this summer, and he came to watch the series or the season finale of Stranger Things with us. And none of us had seen it. Like, none of the adults had seen it, but your son had seen it and was like, because of course, he'd stayed up all night the night before watching the finale as soon as it dropped and all of that. And Jason and Jessica were like, do not spoil the ending for everyone. And so he did so good. It was like he had the most serious face the whole time, like would not make eye contact with anybody, like took his role very seriously and not spoiling anything for us. And I appreciated that.
Lily was there too.
Yeah. She hadn't seen it yet, I think.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Although she's watched Stranger Things more than any of us.
Yeah. I know. And I was like, this season of Stranger Things, I was kind of scared.
Yeah.
And Lily was like, meh.
So, core, man.
I think that's actually a good segue into, we'll keep it short. We got, we're mid-fight. We got some cool stuff I want to get to quickly, but we're still releasing in the month of January, which is a great time to talk about recaps or years in review. And since we're talking about some stuff we watched this year, in no order, 2 or 3 things you watched or read or listened to that you're like, that was good, or you liked it. Anyone? I'll start first because I have some stuff in mind. Jason and I were talking about it earlier. I always love Star Wars. Andor is stupidly good. Like, that's genuinely really fun. A book that I read and found that I thoroughly enjoyed, recommended by this independent bookstore operator up in the mountains that I think is super cool as well. The book is The Lies of Locke Lamora.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just finished that recently. Holy cow, that's so freaking good.
It's been a long time, but yeah.
I guess there's more books in the series that I'm super excited for. And I've been playing some like Blades in the Dark lately, so that had some really overlap feel. And I think I'll stay with books because I like fantasy books. I kind of burnt out on fantasy years ago when I was a teenager, but it's kind of been fun as an adult to realize like, oh, there's a lot of really good fantasy out there. And so I think I'll say, I mentioned in the last episode that I also read Left Hand of Darkness finally this last year, which was super good, but I'll just have to shout out because the same independent bookstore operator recommended another book that I read called The Black Tongue Thief and just came out, I think this last year, or at least within the last year or two. Man, that was one of the quickest reads. Not necessarily an easy read, but the pacing is so phenomenally well done. And then after I finished that, we were up in the mountains in the same town again. I was like, hey, I just finished the other book you recommended. I'm really like looking for another book with that. And he's like, oh, you should check out The Lies of Locke Lamora. I read that in the last year or two, and I think you'd like that. So, year in review, anything you like?
Wow.
I have a horrible time remembering things.
Perfect.
Because...
Dad of 4.
Yeah, mostly that. I did watch the movie Coda recently. I really enjoyed that.
Like the old one? Or no, wait. Oh, the one that won Best Picture last year. Yeah.
It was really well done. It was really nice. I didn't cry that much, just a little bit. And I'm a year late, but I watched Hawkeye with my my second oldest kiddo. I don't know why we got on it. I've been behind on a lot of Marvel stuff, and so he's like, "Oh, let's watch Hawkeye." So we watched like 4 of them last night, actually.
It's good.
And it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good like Christmas vibe one.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and it was like perfect time of the year too. So
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Anyone
Very
else?
cool.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes,
Oh,
that was a
shit,
great
yeah.
one.
You two mentioned that a lot. That it was
You would
good.
really love that movie, I think, actually.
Yeah.
As someone who went to school for film studies, it's the best movie I've ever seen ever.
That is
Wow.
pretty close to what James said, I believe.
Ever.
Mhm.
One of the best movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's stupidly good. I think my mom would also love it. I keep trying to recommend it to her. I'm like, it's weird. Don't think about the premise. Just watch it. It's a really interesting movie.
You know, I just did the thing where I turned my laptop off. Okay. I was going to say, I think that, so I've heard some things, and, you know, many of us here are into movies and stuff like that. And I feel like post-pandemic, I've heard a lot of like, oh, like movies are just so hit and miss right now. Like there's not a lot of good cohesive movies coming out. But I'm actually just like, because I was like, I know I've watched some good stuff this year, and I'm looking through this list of movies that came out in 2022. And there are a lot that I really liked, but particularly I just watched The Menu, which was fantastic.
You stole mine. That's what I was going to reference.
Yeah, we watched it together.
Yeah.
That one was great. But then there's a couple other ones. Like I really enjoyed Bros was a really good one. That was a fun rom-com, and I'm not even really a rom-com person.
The Billy Eichner.
Oh,
Bros.
yeah.
I like that one. We saw Nope.
Nope was fantastic.
Yeah, Nope was really good.
Yeah, Nope was this summer.
My favorite shark movie this year.
Yeah, totally.
It's an ape movie.
And then I'm really liking how there's like this resurgence of like the whodunit vibe,
Yeah.
because I really love whodunits. And so there was like Death on the Nile and See How They Run and the new Knives Out. And so all of those.
That's really good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Is it
started
out?
reading this
I
book.
don't know what's out.
It's oh sorry. It's streaming in December, but it came out to certain theaters for like 1 week in November, which actually is kind of sad, but
Started reading this book called Perdido Street Station.
heck yeah.
I'm sorry, I just need to celebrate.
Critical hit.
Now Jason's gonna be like, and I fucking hate it.
I was caught off guard when it starts with human and bug sex.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah,
It really
It's not
starts
really
off
what you
with
expect.
a bang.
Yeah, when I started, I think Brian and I both started at the same time, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
isn't what I expected at all.
I remember when I started that book and I was like, I might have even said this on the podcast before, but when I started it and I was like, okay, well, I'm interpreting this as she's a human body with a scarab beetle for a head, and that can't possibly be right. So I need to look this up. I looked it up and I was like, oh no, that's exactly what this character is.
How far into the book are you now at this point?
Um,
Because I think everyone else at the table has read that book.
I would say I'm like 100 pages in,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not anything I've ever read recently, that's for sure. It's definitely it's a fantasy book, but it's definitely different.
It definitely
Differenter,
is.
more different.
Differenter.
Than the other ones I read.
Which you've talked about, James, but he does Mayville does a really good job of being like, it's something that is completely different conceptually. And I think that's kind of what sets it apart.
Mhm. It does.
His writing's also not undense, which it's interesting.
That's true too.
Like you can get into the flow for it, but
And because
Anyway.
everything's art history to me, I like to think of Mayville as more of a surrealist writer than a fantasy writer.
Yeah, he's like like Dolly, but in text form. Yeah.
yeah, he talks a lot about, like, in his mind, the intersection of like fiction and I think he says science fiction and fantasy are the pulp arms of surrealism in his mind.
Some deep shit.
Yeah.
Well, mine, I am proud to say, I just finished Les Miserables.
Yes.
And it was like 1,300 pages.
God.
And the text was extremely small even. And
What'd you think by
It's-
the end?
so the ending is like, I already knew what happened, but like the ending even, there's like the prose is just kind of boring. I was like, wow, that's it? Man, it's kind of shitty. But like, obviously it's like a wonderful story, and the book has so much more richness, I think, than the musical or the movies or whatever. There are some really beautiful moments of writing in that book, but I don't recommend reading it.
Well, I mean, I thought it was interesting because I think you were even starting to read that a year ago when we were
Yeah.
starting to work on this podcast, which was some nice theme stuff to be looking at, like Revolution era
Yeah,
France, which is
right.
very much the vibe for Galt. So without spoiling anything, I can say that I feel confident based on what you've just shared with me that the ending of this story in revolutionary France or France analog, is going to be a little more bombastic.
Probably so. Great.
Can I just say one thing really quick, which is that you kind of touched on this, but Trent and I were talking the other day and realized that we're pretty sure that we are very close to have been doing this for 1 year.
Yeah.
Because I think when we did our test recording, it was like February of 2022.
Yeah.
So
we started releasing in, I think, August.
yeah, but we'd been recording for
A long time.
months before that.
Yep.
There's not many things that I do anymore that last a year. I mean, like
Yeah.
marriage and parenting,
Mhm.
right? But like jobs, no, I mean,
Yeah.
not a year.
You know, just
Mhm.
kick the kids out at a year. Be like, and you're on your own.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Mhm.
Have fun. I think it is kind of cool. And I mean, it's fun for us to get to release this weekly. And I'm sure if people are listening to this, we're probably not. Well, there are some of you who are kind enough to dip your toes into actual play podcasts. And maybe this is your first or your only. I think a lot of us sort of like the format of listening to people play games. And it is worth sort of noting that like the idea of a weekly game, like that's an awesome dream to think about. But even for us, who, as we've been talking about, been doing this for a year, this certainly isn't a weekly game. I think we feel pretty good if we can get a day of recording in about once a month. And so for those of you out there who are like, I want to play, I wish I had a weekly game, we all do. And I hope you're able to find something like that. But just carve out the time you can and play what you can. We were talking about this earlier in a recording day, and then I promise I'll punch into this, but I gotta talk about Paizo and how much I love their distribution stuff. There's a pretty big barrier to entry on playing their really signature 6-book adventure paths. I mean, those are 3 to 7 years of playing. And it feels weird to start something and know you might never finish it, but they have so many good standalone adventures like this, Night of the Grey Death. There's a lot of different levels. They have even like sort of bigger ones that are maybe 2 or 3 books at a time. There's so much out there. I encourage you to play, find out the way you like to play. There's a lot of great platforms for playing online. I know many of us have done either Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds, or I think Foundry is really taken off these days too. But don't discourage yourself if you can't play weekly. Make some time. Hanging out with your friends is one of the best ways. Let's rejoin our heroes, ? As they get into this. I mean, I guess we could kind of call it like a dance party, right?
Before anyone gets mad at me for starting this fight, I would just like to recall the terrifying show we just watched about this particular monster, and I think we just need to get this done as soon as possible.
Yeah. That was some nightmare fuel for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, there's a Love, Death, and Robots episode that sort of depicts a creature very much like the one we're dealing with in this encounter here.
It goes terribly for the person in the...
For just about everyone, actually.
Yeah.
We were watching and we were like, wait, can it do that?
I hope it doesn't do that.
All right. So I believe we left off right after its turn. Looking
yeah, I
at
think
my
I
notes.
just chucked it out the window.
You mean it just chucked you out the window?
No, I don't think that's right.
I feel like it is, maybe. But it does mean it's Val's turn. Yeah, because I think it just used, looking at my notes, it used its actions to try to start maneuvering you out the balcony, so try to throw you down 20 feet from the balcony into the rushing rivers below. Kind of the Two Towers vibe, Aragorn down in the river.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
First and foremost, Val is going to reload her pistol.
Sure.
Then she's going to devise a stratagem.
What?
Rolling this tiny d20 once again because it did pretty well last time. Okay, not bad. I will take that stratagem roll. It is a natural 15, which means, and this is for the dagger.
How presumptive of you.
Yeah, right? I was like, you didn't know that was terrible math.
In retrospect, I guess you were just looking for your bonus.
I was just looking for this is just terrible character sheet finding.
That's fair.
You don't have a drop for that.
Can we please get a new drop to make this more specific? It's a 46 to hit with the dagger.
That is going to be a hit.
Excellent.
This is not. I mean, we talked about this last episode. Like, this is not an easy creature to hit. Their AC is it's not low.
It's not.
So
Now
it's
I
good.
lost my other app. Okay. This is terrible apps. Terrible apps. Sorry.
That's some terrible apps. Actually, those apps are very helpful. We're just bad at using them.
The apps are really helpful. That's 34 points of damage.
Nice.
And the
Excellent.
dagger will come flinging back.
Oh, you were throwing the dagger that wasn't shooting the pistol?
That was throwing the dagger,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I had to reload the pistol, so. But
Okay.
yeah, I threw the dagger.
Sure.
And it'll come flying back grab it, and I think that is everything.
Okay, so reload. Yeah.
Stratagem and throwing the dagger.
Throwing the daggum. The dagger.
The daggum.
Throw the daggum.
That daggum dagger. Drosharis, it's your turn. You have been grabbed by their hair.
I think we talked about this. It's been a while since I've used it, but determination. Once per day, I can end a non-permanent spell or condition that is affecting you.
Oh.
So you're going to blow it on this fight?
If you choose a condition, the effect ends on you.
Okay, sure. So this is the fight you're going to use that on?
Absolutely. I'm about to get chucked over the fucking side of this deck.
That's fair.
Plus, we're going to sleep in the corner for 8 hours after this before we fight the boss. That's how it goes, right?
That is how I handle parties, personally.
Go sleep in the corner.
So I use determination, single action, to end a condition.
And that can
affecting
include
me.
grabbed.
It doesn't specify not. It only talks about prone or flanked.
Oh, then yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, determination, you just grit your teeth, rip out of the hair.
I kind of imagine he brings his sword around and like cuts this hair away from his body.
Almost like a little disengaged flourish, but with
and
the hair.
Cool.
Her magical flowy hair continues to dance around menacingly.
Yeah.
Menacing hair.
All right, you got 2 actions left. You have a 5-foot gap between you and them, and you have Fox flapping his wings up in the air. Because we're in a new episode, let's refresh a little bit. You're in a room that they call the Blue Room or the Blue Gallery, in which you have sort of draping, hanging blue curtains off of the walls and over the windows, blue paint on all of it. So you have the light coming in and playing through it to create a feeling. It makes it almost seem underwater in the area. There's also blue stained glass windows depicting executioners standing tall before open skies.
And the monster's hair was also blue?
Yeah, their hair was blue. Their skin was almost like a golden color. Yeah. So a fey creature of the first world, they call it in Galarian.
My second action was to move back to the flanking position where I was.
Up north, flanking with Flying Fox.
And I will.
What do you got?
Well, I definitely want to swing at it with my sword. What's up, Trent? Oh, Trent's
Nothing. I'm just calculating.
Just
spellcaster stuff. I feel like spellcasters have a lot of things to do when it's not their turn. They're just like running all these plans in their head.
And I just feel like Watson's character is like, every time we get into a fight and he needs to cast a spell, he's like, hold on, let me put my glasses on.
All right. Swinging with my two-handed thingy.
Oh, that's right.
Sword's the word.
Gross.
Miss.
All right.
I
Nice
think
and
is a
simple.
36
Yeah,
gonna hit.
that's a miss. As soon as you said 30, I was like,
I rolled a 3 though. If it makes you feel better.
it doesn't. It might make you feel better. Fox, it's your turn, and your flank buddy's back.
Yay, flank buddy. Let's swing at it.
All right. It's a
Doing another double hand chop down.
It's a classic for a reason.
Oh, that's gonna be a hit. It is 47.
Yeah, that's a hit. Not a crit, but a hit. Remember, their AC is very good.
Yes,
They are flanked.
they are
Just want to
flanked.
say that.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Oh, 1d6 bleed.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Let me
right.
roll.
Ooh, low roll for
Let me roll
damage.
that damage. They'll take 6 points of damage, and they do not stop the
Max
bleed.
bleed.
Sweet.
motherfucker.
I did 20 damage.
All right.
Do they bleed blood?
I imagine for Faye it's like a blood analog. I think in this case it has like a watery color to it, like almost a bluish tone to it.
But does it function like blood?
Yes. It
Okay.
circulates oxygen throughout their body.
Okay.
Is that what we're going for?
Can I use it?
I think that's what he's trying to get at.
Can I use their blood?
For like vampire stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a living creature.
Okay.
And they don't have like xenomorph acid blood or anything.
That would suck.
I guess I should have kept it
Like,
myself.
bleh.
I'm like, yes, drink the acid blood, Jason.
The acid blood.
So what do you got going on, Fox?
44 to hit a second time.
Because of flanking, that does hit.
That was a
Yeah.
natural
Get it.
19. All right, that's gonna be 31 damage.
Oh, damn it, I was too.
You're abusing this terrible math drop.
It's not his fault Hero Lab's taking too long.
Yeah.
Hero Lab was the math.
You're
person this
terrible
time.
at math.
Terrible GM. Terrible GM.
Man,
All right.
I rolled a natural
shit!
20 on my head
Hey!
Let's go.
Critical hit.
attack, which actually I think
Nice.
is not a crit
It's a
because
20.
it's a 41 total.
It's a 20 though.
You're right. So it turns a non-hit into a normal hit. So it's
Yes.
not a critical, but wow.
Hey, but I'll take it.
So how much damage from that second attack
31.
that I rudely interrupted your math skills with?
Yes, 31.
Okay.
And then 25.
And then
On the
25,
last
yeah.
one.
So that last one hits not a crit, but it does turn that because the natural 20 does turn that from a miss into a hit. You said how much on that? 21?
25.
Oh, well, I liked 21
Hey,
more.
damage is damage.
That was
wow.
a good 46 damage. I mean, 76 damage in 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big turn.
Dro winks at you. That's how you do it,
Yeah.
bro.
Good.
I got you, bro.
Just hit every time.
I got you, Dro.
Watson, it's your turn. This thing's looking a little worse for wear.
She's given me, I'm sorry, they have given me an idea. And he's going to move to be in line with the balcony.
Yeah.
Okay.
balcony.
Yeah.
He will cast,
Sure.
the 2-action cast, Gust of Wind.
Yes.
I need a DC 39 Fortitude save.
Okay, their fortitude is
Fail,
not
fail,
awesome.
Kind of what I
fail.
thought.
Fuck.
Yay.
So what's that DC again, Trenton?
39.
So I don't critically fail.
Damn it.
By 1.
Wow.
I got a 30.
Okay.
They're not frightened or anything. No one's put any negative status effects on them, right?
Technically, they were frightened too earlier when I critted, but it's been 2 rounds. so
Does
they
it matter
wouldn't-
if they're like flat-footed
How
because
many
they're
rounds
flanked?
has it been since I critted? They were technically frightened too, but we didn't. I forgot to say anything because I have 17.
I think we've got to call handoff chess piece on that
I
one,
think
so I
so,
don't
too.
know.
Fair.
Does it matter that there's 2 people next to the monster?
That affects their AC, not their saves.
Saves.
Yeah. So it's still a fail, though, which is huge.
A failure?
What if we don't like her very much?
Yeah, can
Yeah.
you add a
Then
What if we would
+1
just
to
like
that?
for them to get critted? Is that okay? Can we just do that?
You can want that, but I don't think mechanically it has an
I have a
impact.
feat. I'm kidding.
Failure is the creature is knocked prone.
Okay,
Hey, that's
prone's
still good.
huge. So they're knocked prone, which I'm personally not a huge fan of. That's super solid. And that's
Love
gonna, you know what, let's talk for a second about prone so that I can look it back up. Because I usually just play this sometimes online.
I hear that there's a rule for that.
You know what, Trenton? I think you might be right. So in this case, prone, you're going to have the flat-footed condition, which will carry forward some carry forward.
We're having a hard
some
time.
penalties. There's also going to be a -2 circumstance penalty on attack rolls, and the only move actions a prone person can take is crawl or stand. Standing ends the prone condition. You can take cover while prone, though, and gain greater cover against range attacks, but still remain flat-footed. So it's a weird combination. However, the really nice thing is that means that even those who aren't directly flanking them will get the flank bonus, and they'll have a penalty on those to hit attacks, which is pretty big because, as we've learned, they can improve grab off of a hit.
And that standing doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. And
Standing does,
It
because it has
does.
a movement
Yeah.
trait.
Okay.
Yeah.
And isn't step. And step expressly says that it does not provoke reactions.
So Watson says, Furus Rota! And she falls off.
All right, that's going to make it their turn. Because of that aforementioned penalty, and everyone right over them, I really want to try to get one of these spells off. And I'm trying to wonder, like, how worth it is it to just risk some absolute bullshit? I think it's worth some bullshit risk on this one.
Yes, it is. It is worth it.
So creepy.
So I think, even ill-advised as it is, I think they're going to try to stand up from prone. I might totally regret that, but looking at my options, this is what I feel like I need to do for several reasons. And I can explain it later if you all think I'm really just throwing this fight. I'm not. So they're going to stand. That'll provoke AOs from
Yes.
Dro and Fox. the AOO's proc while the prone condition, in this case, notably flat-footed, is still in effect. How we feeling, folks?
Yes.
Okay.
43.
Because of prone, the 43 hits.
Yes.
I see. I feel pretty good about playing the numbers like that.
Yeah.
Dan. I'll take a hit.
It was worth it.
Totally
Gust of wind was worth
totally.
Gust of wind gets some work done. What are you looking at for damage? there?
35.
That's not awesome for me.
And bleed applies.
And
The bleed is still in effect.
blood.
Excellent, excellent.
Won't reapply. We talked about this a little bit off air. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on differentiating persistent damage types. That's a
Technically,
different
wouldn't
opening.
it just every time I hit, it just keeps coming back?
Yeah, mechanically, there's no difference
Yeah.
between the duration. It just really only matters if, for some reason, the target has lost that persistent damage, and then you can reapply it.
Okay.
Okay, they're not feeling great about this. They do stand up, though. And so they are then going to stride out onto the balcony, and they will look back at you, bare their teeth. And I imagine that
So
while
one to stand up.
one to stand up, one to move out onto the balcony.
I'm talking about attacks of opportunity, sir.
Oh, fuck, you have second
Hey.
Yeah, we'll take the second.
I
Get
wish I
'em.
had it. I wish I had it.
Now, the question I have is, I miss.
So I think
Would it come from your second attack penalty?
yes. So it's a really short little case, but I think I remember reading one of I think it was on the Paizo forums, that you will take multiple attack penalties for attacks outside of your turn if you end up in a situation in which you can make multiple attacks out of turn.
Well, 32 is going to miss you.
32 will miss.
Yeah.
So the one nice thing is, by this point, often fighters have a lot of things they can use reactions on. So you having two reactions, the second of which must be used for AOO, means
Yeah.
you can use the first reaction for something else. So in this case, they will stand up, they'll run over there, and they'll look back, and while they have like this almost sort of golden toned skin, and I don't mean sort of golden in like still a way that we could expect like human to present skin. I mean skin in like someone is in a video game and selected like a gold color slightly.
Like those people in the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah, and I mean,
yeah.
keep your eyes
Yeah.
out for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because Adam Warlock's going to have gold skin
That's
too.
right.
All right, so they get out there, they look back at you, bare their teeth in this smile as they dance out, and it's these like sharpened teeth. Beware, Niasco River, or I shall dance you to your deaths. And then she just sort of like bends back, backward dives off the balcony straight down into the river.
Oh,
Bye.
Leaves almost no splash at entering the river.
I walk to the edge and look over cautiously. I'm not just going to like, hey, what's up? But like kind of standing back, like look over and make sure that
if this was a horror movie, Dro would just get snatched
Yeah,
down
snatched
over
out.
the edge.
You look over and all you just see is like the white water of the river just rushing.
So basically, we just don't get in the river and they leave us alone.
Who knows?
Goodbye.
I'm good with this. I'm happy with this outcome.
Satisfied.
Satisfied.
Valentine,
Yes.
perhaps we use some tact in our next encounter and not try to kill them immediately, you shady motherfucker.
I do tend to agree that perhaps we could converse with things before we try and assassinate them.
Let Watson
All
talk.
right.
We will kill them when their guard is down.
Wait, why am I talking?
Okay, but they were obviously
he
a
talking?
monster.
You're obviously
Whoa.
the
Why would
nicest
we
person.
Why would we let Watson talk? That's the worst part of your plan.
I agree with this.
Honestly,
That's the
I agree
distraction.
with this.
Fox agrees with me, and he just doesn't want to tell you.
I just told you.
Oh,
But I agree.
shit. I'll talk.
Okay.
All right, perhaps I was a little bit hasty with that one, but we really need to find this magistrate.
You know, it's far past my bedtime. I'm a little grumpy too, so
I haven't had a snack in a while.
blood sugar's a little low.
All right. So
And she'll just look at you and be like, point taken.
Fox.
But then he gives you a wink.
Are you still flying?
Yes.
Would you like to come down and join us down here?
wow.
Maybe. Do I have to?
Just fly into the next room, man. You're going to need
Goodbye.
it.
I just wanted to shake your hand. That was really cool.
I
flying.
want to shake your
Yes.
hand. Good job, Watson.
Okay.
I'll shake your hand.
Nobody shake Val's
Hands
hand.
are so soft.
Val doesn't want to shake your hands.
Your hands are so soft. You wouldn't think so looking at you.
Now you'll never know.
Val rolls her eyes and starts walking for the door.
Okay, so
Bought
you
a lotion bar at the farmer's market.
So you came in on the west side of this blue gallery. The double doors to the balcony over the river on the east. There are a set of doors on the north of this room, double doors behind a blue curtain.
Detect magic on the doors?
Sure. So once again, you can't really focus it on a place. You can just look for it. You do detect magic somewhere within the radius. You detect a level 18 enchantment aura.
Oh, great.
It's high.
There is some quite high level magic around this area.
You're not sure. Oh, and you can pinpoint it. It is on the other side of these doors.
I
So-
intimidate the doors.
The doors are unfazed.
These doors have a very high will.
So that either means that they're either, there might be something magical in the room you're in, but the stronger presence inside of your radius is in the room to the north.
Feels off like there's something on the other side of the door.
Yeah. So,
Is there a way for us to blast these doors open?
I did bring my battering ram.
What?
Just kidding.
Would you like me to knock?
Oh boy.
We
Before
could
you
put-
answer, he takes his gauntlet and he's just like, bam, bam, bam.
I was going to ask if it was locked, but that's fine.
Housekeeping.
And then steps back and pulls his sword out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Val might go stand next to Dro because I'm very good at pretending to be places.
Sure. So you're at the doors in the north end of the room. You knock. Doesn't seem to be any response. The doors seem heavy, but not heavier than you'd expect out of this really robust monastery-style building.
Can we hear anything on the other side of the door?
No, the doors are really thick. You also don't hear anything. You're not sure if that's because of a lack of noise or the thickness of
It's
the
definitely-
doors.
Definitely trapped. Can I do thievery or perception or anything to try to see if that's a trap on the other side? Or if this door's trapped?
Sure. So that's a
That's
me
a
roll.
secret check.
Yep. So I have your bonus here. You're not sure.
Damn, that's the fucking worst.
I hate that.
You don't find any traps. I will say that drop also has like a touch of an Austin Powers vibe
yeah.
to it.
Uh-huh.
Looks good. Val, I believe you're up.
One moment.
Watson wants to cast Energy Aegis, taking a minute
Okay.
on Fox for 5 resistance to negative damage.
Does that stack?
Interesting.
I have 5 resistance to negative.
It would not stack.
Never mind. I won't do that.
Well, I was going to say, while we're hanging around, how do people feel about me taking 10 minutes to do something?
It depends on how pressed for time we feel. The magistrate is like...
I mean,
That's
being-
true. Actually, we probably shouldn't
Yeah.
do that. I think that we would be like, we got to find this magistrate. He did say helicopter,
Can
He
you,
did.
which was
can
the
you
secret
bust
word.
the doors open, Watson?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, just to be clear, none of you have
Can
tried
I
to
open
just
the door?
get the door opens.
Oh, it's unlocked.
Fox, so you're all preparing to blast it up with magic. Fox, just
Let's just try this thing really quick.
Push it with your kill arm.
No, I'm just going to open it.
All right. I'm going to step back. I've set off at least one trap that I know of for a fact
Well, we
in
didn't
this game.
sense magic, so if the trap is not magical, then
Well, there is
He
definitely
detected
magic on
magic.
the other side of this
18th
door.
level spell.
Uh,
yeah, on the
right
other side of
high.
the door.
but it is deeper in the room. It is it is the door because you can
Ah.
pinpoint the 5-foot square.
There is some very high level magic in the next room.
I thought you said right on the other side of the door.
No, on the other
Okay.
side, as in not in the room you're currently
All right.
in. So yeah, you open the door, and now as soon as the doors open, you do start to hear music, which is odd because in the blue room that you were in, in the blue room that you're in, you can just barely make out the music from the ball, the masquerade. But you go into this room, and we're going to call it the purple chamber for reasons that will become obvious. And there is music here. This room that you step into, the walls and carpeting of what's clearly set up to be a music room, range from a pale mauve to a garish purple. There are indigo stained glass windows, mostly concealed behind heavy velvet curtains. There's a large, elegant harp standing on a wooden dais in one corner of the room, and then several stringed instruments resting on a shelf near the end. There's then several stools and music stands. Although the music from the Masque is quieter here, the harp's strings sort of echo with music, and you're not quite sure where that's coming from. There is the exit you just came from, the north of the blue room, the south of the purple room, and then to the west, which would be like left as you come into this room, there's another door behind some curtains. You don't see any people here immediately.
What do you think? This is the smush room?
I believe this is where the president accepts state visits.
Very
Is this-
specific reference.
Where did you sense the...
My guess is it's coming from these musical instruments.
So it's a cantrip, right? You can cast that spell again, and what you find is that, oddly enough, the harp that seems to be playing music isn't where the magic's coming from. It's coming from one of the shelves, just like you called it, which is a little bit of a weird guess, Trent. So I think I kind of have to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I literally called out for a harp playing itself, and you're like, no, I think the magic's probably not the harp. It's got to be something on the shelf. Plus, I should hand out more hero patches.
Agreed.
I accept
I
this.
told you that preview on Twitter was going to win.
Yeah, it totally works.
So there you go.
Oh, Trent gets a plain patch.
That's the reason I put that preview up for that episode, was to pressure you into more.
Subliminal messaging.
Yes.
You're so
Patch
smart.
It's
games.
worked.
I've yet to get one, so it's not really working out for me.
I got one.
You guys have. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm
Yeah, it must
selfish
be
and-
really cool to be you guys.
So the harp is playing, but it's not magical.
It's not the most magical thing in the room, at least.
True.
I
True.
see.
It's not the highest level. Okay.
Can I do some occulting around the room? Because that's all I really got.
Sure. What's your bonus? This is
Oh, yeah.
also a secret check. So what's your bonus to occult?
21.
Okay. Looking around the room. Just doing a little looking at numbers here. You look around the room, and you do see on the shelf that there is a viola or a violin that has odd inscriptions on it.
Watson.
And it is in the 5-foot space that Watson indicated there was some magic coming from.
Oh, yes.
But
Very,
also still the harp, whatever's going on with that.
Do I
very
recognize
strange.
the language?
It's symbols of power and magic. It's not
Oh.
a language. I'll roll that check over. This is what's called a maestro's instrument. It could be crafted in the form of any variety of, what is that? Handheld musical instruments, yeah. And it gives you in this case, because this is a greater maestro's instrument, a +3 item bonus to perform checks while playing it. Additionally, as a 2-action interact once per day, you can play it to produce the effects of a charm spell with a DC 38 in this case.
Wow.
It's also worth a cool 19,000 gold.
We got a treasure drop for a bard.
Yeah, we did.
Heck yeah.
Someone take
I
that.
put it in the bag.
All right.
I take the harp.
As soon as you
Just
pick the
kidding.
harp-
I don't want to
Oh,
go towards the harp.
Which hand do you
No,
touch
no,
the
no.
harp?
I do not want to go towards the harp. Val, while they're looking at that, Val would like to use her reconstruct the scene ability.
Mhm.
And it says you spend 1 minute surveying a small location, such as a single room,
Sure.
to get an impression of events that occurred there within the last day.
Yeah, so you take a minute while they're looking through the room, and it looks like there's not a lot that's gone on here, but you do make out where it looks like several people escorted or maybe forced someone, judging by their footsteps, through this room into the next room.
Okay. I think we need to just press on to look for the magistrate. It looks like they went this way.
Shit.
Let's go.
You said it's a greater maestro's instrument?
Okay. Yes.
Is it maestro or maestro? You said maestro, but I'm not 100% sure if I was fucking it up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So,
How long have we been in here?
between the last room and this room, it's probably been...
Since our combat ended, how long has it been?
You've expressly said that you're trying to stay moving, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I think casting, I don't know how much. For read aura, it's a minute. So I'm guessing for detect magic, it's probably about the same.
No, detect magic is 2 action spell.
Oh, it is, okay.
It is a 1 action.
1 action spell? Is
I
it?
believe so. Let me check.
I feel like it's 2
It
actions.
is 2 actions.
So it's probably been 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
Why are you asking, Jane?
Well, I want to pursue a lead on the people who are taking the magistrate, but it takes 10 minutes, and I don't want to like drag out how long we're going to.
Does it take 10 minutes, or is it only once every 10 minutes?
No, it takes 10 minutes.
Jesus, that's a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know investigators very well.
Well,
Does anyone
oh
need-
no. It takes 1 minute. It's once per 10 minutes.
Oh,
So
cool.
yes, I will do that. I will pursue a lead on the people who took the magistrate.
Awesome.
Did you take damage, by the way?
Oh, would you like a little bit of my touchy-feely
I'm down 31 points.
healing?
Touch me, Watson.
Okay. Let's do a little bit of treat condition then.
While he's doing that, I wanted to say that the cream cheese on the pizza actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
So-
Welcome.
Solid.
Jason, how long have you lived in Colorado?
4 years.
And this is the first time you tried cream cheese on pizza?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a rite
I'm
of
kind
passage.
of a not cream cheese and food kind of person. Like if there's sushi with cream cheese in it, like hard
Mhm.
pass.
It's different
I
on
agree.
pizza.
It's different
It
on
is
pizza.
different on pizza. It was good.
It's really good. And for anyone who's listening, like if you're not from Colorado and wondering what that means, imagine someone just took a block of Philadelphia cream cheese and a pair of scissors and cut it into little cubes and just chucked those like a topping on top of a pizza with some pepperoni or
It's
whatever.
It's kind of like
Delish.
if you had fresh mozzarella chunks
yeah,
on your
yeah.
pizza,
yeah,
except chunks of dollops of cream cheese.
Dollops, if you will.
it's really good. It's
good.
definitely a thing. It's funny
I
to talk.
curled my nose just like all of you listening are right now, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I would like to call 30.
sure.
Oh, okay.
You know, well, Trent, that always takes time. Let's just take that off air for a second. All right. So it looks like you ended up taking 10 minutes after all, Trent,
Yes,
to
just
heal.
so that I could heal both Drasharis and Watson at the same time.
So you're in the music room. You got folks healed. Only a couple of you were really messed up. You're full health now because you didn't take a ton of damage in that fight. You've got the door to the west, the only other door out of this music room. What you gonna do?
Can I detect magic?
And I'll check it for traps.
Fine. You look for traps. You do not find any traps, Jason.
Doors are my worst enemy.
And you probably do detect magic. I think it's technically, let's see,
30 feet.
30 feet. I think you would technically detect evocation
I was about
at...
to say evil magic. I was like, yeah.
No, I think it would be evocation magic, and I want to say it's like level 9 or 10.
Oh, nothing in this room is worth worrying about.
Okay.
There is some sort of magic in here, but I don't know. It's confusingly low level.
So, I mean, look, because I can't remember it, I'll just telegraph this because you'd probably recognize it. It's a striking rune, or like a +2 rune. It's rune magic.
Feels like a striking rune.
And for the life of me, I could not remember if striking runes are evocation or enchantment or transmutation or whatever the fuck they are.
Give me a second.
Or +1 runes. But
They're going to hit us with some hurty weapons.
we didn't see that coming. All right, though. So you're stacked up outside this door. What you gonna do?
It's evocation for the record.
I thought that was right.
Knock, knock.
Are you gonna knock?
No, I'm going to
No,
say
I think
knock,
we should
knock.
just go in.
Okay. So Val,
'Cause-
you open the
Because
door.
Val is pretty confident that this is where they took the magistrate because she saw,
I'll
they
push.
drag somebody.
I'll push one of the doors open.
So-
Val's pushing the other one open.
The door's open, and you find yourself in a small, like, connection hallway, 10 feet by 10 feet, 10 feet wide, 10 feet across to another set of double doors.
Can we listen at the doors?
Yeah, same. Checking
Yeah.
for traps.
Who's listening? So you're gonna check for
I'm gonna
traps.
check for
I'm going to
traps.
listen at the door.
You're going to listen at the door. So you listen to the door. Jason, you look for traps. Val listens at the door. You don't hear anything. Heavy doors.
Every time I fail a secret check, I'm
know what
like,
you failed. Maybe there's
you
just
don't
nothing to
hear
hear."
anything. This isn't my doing.
Doors are for me the most. They're such a wild card because you can open a door and it's nothing, or you could open a door and die.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
One of my favorite lines from a book, and I guess it's technically a TV show too, in The Expanse, is Miller just talking about doors and corners.
Yeah.
As being the most dangerous moments in any raid or assaults is going through doors and going around corners.
Miller's so
Totally.
cool, man.
Love that character.
Mhm.
All right, so you're in the hallway now between it, and looks like you've got Val and Drosharis stacked up at that door again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm guessing weapons are probably already
Yeah.
in hand.
Yes,
Yes.
weapons are drawn.
Boom. You open the doors into a rather large room. It's a little more, it's a little greater. I'm going to probably say it's almost 50 feet deep, another almost 45, 50 feet across, a big square room. There's been sort of a color theme. Let's call this one green. We'll call it the Green Conservatory because what you see, paneled in green painted wood, the chamber is furnished like a conservatory. It has large windows of thick green glass and several large potted plants. A few couches are set up in smaller sitting areas, a long table across, sort of at the far end of the room. But what's really standing out to you is that you can see 4 gray gardeners, and you can make out what looks like the body of Ortvald Garmino. And I say body,
Oh no.
not because you know that he's dead, but because you can see, you can't see his head.
Uh-oh.
Because where his head should be, he's been stuffed upside down into one of these giant pots where a small tree had been planted. And it looks like they're dirt boarding him.
What the fuck?
What?
Oh my god.
And so even as you come in, they kind of pull him up out of the potting soil, and you can see his hands are tied behind his back. They sort of take him out when they see you, and he's just coughing out this dirt out of his throat. And they're kind of lifting him up. Are you going to speak now? What is it about these cases? You can just barely make them out, questioning him about some case as they see you. Of course, you just open the door, and they just sort of drop him face down into the dirt. Now, not stuffed into the dirt, just face down on top of the potted plant. And they all whip around and look at you. And we may have seen this art before, but I thought I'd go ahead and take advantage of showing off kind of what these gray gardeners look like.
Why is this gray
Sub-Zero was
gardener?
a pirate.
But why are they in blue? Nothing about that outfit is gray.
Yeah, it's super blue.
Imagine it's a gray instead of blue.
So dumb.
So what is the outfit?
Big Assassin's Creed in early America energy.
Totally.
Sure.
Kind of a Three Musketeers hat.
The
Yeah,
tricorner
definitely.
hat, I think.
Well, I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
go under the black flag, Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed.
yeah.
He definitely has a swashbuckler's hat on.
This music is so
Crossbow.
cheery for.
Crossbow.
Yeah,
It's
I
got
love
a sick
Yeah.
cape.
That is a
Sick.
sick
It is
cape.
very sick.
Sick
Cape.
cape.
Even
It's
the
like blue
little
with
I'm upset
shroud
about
he
the
has on.
blueness of this.
He ain't no gray gardener.
Bluish
This
gray.
blue gardener.
A blue gardener
Wait.
in the green room.
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna
think
say,
so.
are they really gardeners? Is that why they're trying to plant him?
They're just trying to.
That's a little too on the nose for me.
All right. So there's 4 of these folks. They see you. They put Ortvald down. They instantly hands to weapons.
Val's gonna look at Drosharis and be like, "Do we have to talk to them this time?"
I'm not going to answer you. I'm going to fight next.
Yeah.
All right.
Val,
I'll-
Val, already has both her weapons out and is ready to shoot
I'll
them.
point at the guy in the front and be like, I believe that is our magistrate you are torturing.
That is none of your business who this is. And it's time for you to be no business of this world no more.
Well,
Let's
So,
fucking do
you
it.
know what time it is?
Why don't you pick on
You
someone your own
Hire us,
size?
so it's technically our business.
Yes.
You're being pedantic. We want to kill you.
Okay.
All right.
We came here to kill you.
Ah!
Let's roll some initiative.
okay.
So, they did some great descriptions of these. I also want to evoke, it kind of has a little bit of a Brotherhood of the Wolf sort of visual vibe. These like almost dusters, tri-cornered hats, bandanas around their face. Because there are Grey Gardeners, they're always masked in one form or another. All right, I'm starting to see some nods. It sounds like some good initiative is going on here. What are you rocking, Fox?
36.
Nice.
Okay,
Solid.
you've done worse.
Yes, absolutely.
What about Watson?
43.
Oh, that's a major improvement for
Yes.
you. I'm very proud of you.
Did you not
Thank
roll
you.
like a 3 that time?
That was a 16.
Nice.
All right, Dro, what about you? What are you sitting on?
46.
Nice. And Val?
38.
Oh, you
right,
dropped
all right.
down some.
Wah, wah.
Okay. Well, you've got 4 enemies. You've got Ortvald. You've got potted Ortvald. But first off, Drosharis, you're going to get to act.
All right. Joe Sharis will get right up in it.
Yes. Go on.
25 feet to get to
Yep. The
this
first one.
unassuming, scary mini that you have.
Look, I'm not made of money, Jason. These are the miniatures I have.
I'm feeling pretty good about a 48.
A 48. Ooh, I wish that's a crit.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
hit the drop. Hit the drop.
Now,
Critical hit.
it's still checked that I was using 2 hands. You want me to uncheck it? That was my
That's
intention.
a you call.
I was intending to swing with 2 hands.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
start
like
pushing people around in this
you all
room.
had time to prepare weapons as you would want in this room. I think that makes sense.
Cool. This is so fun. I love this game. It's pretty solid. 54.
Yes, it is.
Jesus. Okay. Yep. 54 points of damage. I
That'll
think you got
do.
1 action left.
That'll do.
I will combat grab on this one.
Sure.
Tell him.
Do it.
Natural motherfucking 20.
Yeah.
My God.
Did I just crit back to back?
Yeah, and that's a
Two-handed.
natural 20.
Double critical hit.
So that's a card.
That is a card.
Right? Oh, God. Could it not be? Like, are we cool with that? What do you think?
No one is
no,
cool
I
with
think
that.
we definitely
No,
should.
Totally.
Because it's
rather
going to
do it.
decapitate somebody. I'm going to call it right now.
Ooh,
Okay.
that would be sick.
All right. If we draw
Wow,
the
what
decapitation-
poetic justice to decapitate a Grey Gardener.
Yeah.
All right. If it is decapitation, Trent, I'm going to give you a hero patch.
Oh, my God.
But not Jason.
That would be Trent's second patch.
This one, sorry, Trent. This one's called Paper Cut.
Oh,
The exact opposite.
the worst, actually.
Is this
That's
a
true.
bleed?
I'd rather be decapitated.
No, God, this
Okay.
is brutal in its own way. The target will take a -2 status penalty to attack rolls until the end of its next turn.
Ooh,
Super.
Not bad.
So keep me honest. This
Now.
is the hooded one.
You're also going to be frightened too.
How dare you?
You're going to be flat-footed,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to have 1d12 persistent bleed.
That is true.
I don't like any of that, and I think you
And
should
now
apologize.
I will roll the damage.
Okay. Go ahead and
56.
roll. Wow. Well, on the bright side, you're making this math really easy for me, which
Yeah,
I would
that's a
normally
solid
take as a
110.
favor. But I think you're just being rude, and I don't appreciate your attitude.
Whatever, bro.
This is also short
Tell
for
him.
I'm vamping to try to get all the initiative set in the background.
I am now he's grabbed.
So move, attack, have the grab. The grab just lasts till the beginning of your next turn.
Correct.
Dope as
Or
hell.
I guess unless we establish, like, you do something to continue your grab, right? Or do you have to reestablish?
I think that grab would have to last until your turn for you to
Okay.
take the action.
It's
that
so
could
easy,
continue
man.
it.
Combat.
Yeah.
I'm going to be trying to grab you every time I swing at you, probably.
That's fine. It just means that you won't get the benefits
Yeah.
of them being grabbed, basically, but they get the penalties on their turn. Hey, Watson, it's your turn, buddy.
Oh, perfect.
From back here, Watson will cast something, and
Okay.
I need all of them to make a reflex save.
Including Ortvald?
No, just the enemies.
Okay. Do I know the DC on this?
DC 39.
Okay, so we're going to start with the one out front.
It's weird how you just ask for the number so that you can cheat.
Yeah, interesting how that works.
Wait, what's the DC?
39.
So number 1 critically fails.
Okay, maybe he's
And-
telling the truth.
We're just going to handle these clockwise with numbers. That's how we're going to know which one. So number 2 also is wearing a hood, but has a red hood. And natural 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what?
here's this new drop.
Oh boy.
Critical. Oh, it's a 1. Wow, this is awkward.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, that one's solid. Okay, so now we're going to go to number 3.
This is a very high level
Green
spell.
hood.
Yes.
Okay, we're doing better. I think that's not a critical failure, which I'm going to feel really happy about. 32. So not a critical failure,
no, but
just
it is
a failure. We'll go to number 4, the only one of these miniatures I have not wearing a hood, and that's going to come out to 36. So fails all around.
2 crit.
With
Get 'em.
fails on 1 and 2.
So
Yes.
this is chain lightning.
Yes.
This is 8d12 electricity damage.
Okay,
Is the full.
I'm just going to use an auto roller.
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so just do the base, and then we'll... Does it say do you roll individually for each target? Otherwise, I will let you roll
don't
once, and we'll just
Think
adjust.
so.
Because rolling individually for each target seems like a lot of work.
Chain lightning is
It's a classic.
it is a classic, and it's always such a good like area spell to really knock down like a few people. It's such
Yes.
a good spell.
Roll the damage only once and apply it to each target.
Perfect. So yeah, roll it base,
Cool.
and then we'll just double it for the first 2.
Interestingly, it says the chain ends if any one of the targets critically succeeds.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool thing. In this case, though, they all just whiffed like no one's business.
48 damage is full damage.
Okay, 48. So that's pretty simple. So numbers 3 and 4 are going to take 48 points of damage. And then
Which means-
numbers 1 and 2 are going to take
96.
96.
Wow.
Yes. Amazing.
That's wild.
So how much 96 times 2 plus 40? Like how much did you just do?
Oh, 96 twice is 192
Yep.
plus 48 is what it was.
Oh,
So 92 plus 92 is a
I've
So-
already lost count, to be honest.
for our highest damage, we've said before,
2
do a
on
single
target.
target
Yeah.
so that you can't AoE farm it.
Yeah.
It's like 200 points of damage that you just did.
It's like
though,
almost
Oh,
300.
it's way
300.
more than 2 because just the
Yeah, it's
damage on
almost
1 and 2
yeah,
is
yeah.
almost
It's like
200.
380, 386 or something.
And with the second action,
You mean third action?
third action, I will cast.
286.
No, it's two. I have 2 more. I will cast guidance on Drasharis since he's up in there.
up in it.
Nice.
Up
Okay,
in
so
there.
it's number.
Wait, I'm sorry. I can't do that because I did it to you earlier today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So I will do it on Fox.
Nice.
Guidance on Fox.
Lovely.
I will do it on him.
I will do it to you.
Well, that was a big turn. You've been really killing it with spells this chapter.
Which means I
Yeah.
will not hit any more for the remainder of the chapter.
That's how it works. So number 3's turn. That's number 3 is the green hood there in the back one. In the back, the southernmost one, kind of down near the desk in the back of the room. Man, I don't like any of this. What it will do though is it's going to move, and it's going to have to provoke AOOs in order to finish this off. But it'll provoke an AOO to get behind Drosharis and flank it with the one out front. Just in order for it to get around, the bushes or like the trees that are planted in here and the furniture and the people. I don't have the movement to go over those with difficult terrain. Jason's smiling like no one's business.
No, I wouldn't. This is like a maybe.
Okay,
A
what do you
maybe
get?
face. 41. Is that good?
That's a hit, but not a crit.
Okay.
I mean, there's 4 enemies here, a little bit of metagaming.
I'll spread it around.
Yeah.
Equal opportunity, man.
Number 3 coming in on this.
19.
Okay. 19 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fine. Totally fine. Okay, now that they're flanking you, like I said, they kind of went, hands went to weapons. I think they have...
You're not flanking me, bro.
Fuck!
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm flavor flanking
flanking.
you.
It's a
God.
flavor flank.
Damn it.
Oh, I think we need another drop.
Yeah, when you got behind me, I was like, he forgot.
Well, and I feel like, to be fair, like these creatures
Wouldn't know.
The gardeners wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So it gets ready to sneak attack you, but you're not flat-footed. So instead, it's just going to lash out with its...
What do I
Kukri.
roll, like a fortitude save for that?
No, I'm just attacking you. Okay, 39 to hit.
That's the miss.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Well, fuck. I don't want to play anymore.
Shout out to Nappy Flight.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What kind of flanks get through? Grab flanks still get through, right? Like if you're physically restrained, you're
Yeah.
then flat-footed, but you can't be flanked, basically.
I'll look, but I don't.
Because I remember there's
That
a
may
way
be
to
right.
get through it. Like it doesn't prevent you from being flat-footed if you're prone or like if you're grabbed, I think.
I think that's true. I think that's happened in a past combat.
Or it happened
I
in the
think
other
so,
games
too.
we play in. Like I know there are limitations, but it is a royal pain.
You're not flat-footed to hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures of
Okay.
your level or lower, or creatures
Okay, so in that case, here's what we're gonna
of
do.
your level or lower using a surprise attack.
So this would have been a
However-
lot of that. Oh,
They can help their allies flank.
if the ally is high enough level.
Correct.
So instead, what we're going to do here is perfect. So it's going to it's going to use an ability called Instant Opening. The Grey Gardener
Nice.
Assassin distracts a creature within 30 feet using a few choice words or gestures. The creature is flat-footed against this assassin's. Never mind. So I'm just going to attack again. Fuck you. Oh, okay. That's a better roll. How do we feel about 44 to hit?
Hit.
I knew I had to get in there. Eventually, I rolled absolute lowest possible damage. 10 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Val, it's your turn. What
All
I will
right.
say, and I don't know if the lead has to be a singular target or a person. So I think you can look that up, but what I'll say is these people were your lead, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can have multiple people as a lead, or I think you can have 2 leads, right?
I could have 2 leads, and it says designating the subject related to that clue as the target of your active investigation. This subject is typically a single creature, item, or small location.
So here's what I'll say. So you picked the group or Ortwald as your lead, essentially. So
Mhm.
I'll let you pick any of the gardeners in this room as your lead at this point for the sake of devising a stratagem.
Okay. Could I pick 2 of them since I can have 2 leads?
Yes, because we don't know what your other lead is, and you would have had time to sort of set one as your lead when you first started pursuing them, and then set one as your
Excellent.
lead during the 10-minute heal.
So I would like to take the first lead. I want just the guy who's up behind Drosharis.
Yeah, number 3, the Green Hood.
Yeah, and then the second lead, I would like whoever was asking the questions of Orvald.
That's number 4, the only one without a hood.
Okay, cool. So those
in
are
my
my
notes, that's no hood.
no hood. Okay, so
Good old no hood.
Yeah.
Flava Flank and No Hood are my leads. And something that I should do all the time
Sure.
with this lead, and I always forget, but I can do the stratagem roll for free because they're my leads. So we'll do
You can only devise a stratagem, I think, once per turn. I don't know.
right. But that one for Flava Flank is not good, so I am not going to do it.
But it also costs you no actions.
Cost me no actions to do that this time.
Do you want to recall knowledge against them? I mean, they're Grey Gardener's assassins. You know them pretty well. But do you want to recall knowledge?
I would like to recall knowledge.
What's your society bonus?
Plus 30.
Jesus. Yeah. What would you like to know? You got a lot of info.
Weaknesses.
And we talked about this. They don't have weaknesses, but I will tell you explicitly that Fortitude is their weakest save.
Virtues
Because you
weakest
did do really, really well. You crit succeeded on this check, so Fortitude's their weakest save. Specifically, it's a plus 22.
Can I ask another question?
I'll give you one other thing, but it'll be abstracted in answer.
Okay, what kind of weapons do they have?
Oh, that one's easier watching them. Kukris and hand crossbows.
Can we
Okay.
tell which one has the +3 on it?
Plus 2.
Or +2 on it?
They all do.
Oh, they all do.
Okay.
Yeah, you think both.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Yeah, seriously.
Look,
Uh,
Level 14 creatures. Of course, they're at least plus 2 on everything.
cool.
They also do some great sneak attack damage, Jason. Not that you'd know.
Wonder what that's like.
Ooh.
And okay, so that's one action
Yeah.
because the stratagem was free. And so
No, you got to recall knowledge for free as a part of devising a
oh,
strategy.
that's right. So I haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah, that's why leads rock.
Yeah. All right. So Val is going to instead kind of come in. I can't really reach the pond, but she's going to move to where she's got line of sight on Not the one I just did the stratagem on, but the other one on the other side of Dro.
No hood.
No hood.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just going to flank out to the north a little bit so you can have a clean shot at no hood.
Yep. And take a shot at no hood with the pistol.
All right.
Not a stratagem roll.
Correct.
Ooh, that's going to be a 36.
That's a hit.
Nice.
So this will be against number 4, also known as no hood.
We hitting on
Right.
36s in this group?
Apparently.
You having fun, Jason?
Dope.
They're all dead.
That's kind of low, 18 points of damage.
That's totally fine.
And with one more action, she's going to throw the dagger at no hood.
All right. Second attack penalty shot here.
Uh-huh. I'm going to roll the tiny d20 because it's our fun toy of the day.
My name's Larry, goddammit.
Ooh.
I think we found your die.
We
Did
found
you
the
just break
die.
Jane's luck?
He
Yeah.
just broke my luck with this very tiny die.
Right when we get the drop.
I know.
Don't worry.
Get rid of that
It'll
drop.
show up.
It'll come back around.
Get rid of that die.
Trent actually just gifted me a weighted die so that I could find It's a 47 to hit.
That's a crit.
Heck yeah!
let's go.
Nice. I think the drop should be like Jane's gonna roll and it's probably gonna be good.
Yeah, that's not
And
gonna
that's
happen.
it. It just sounds that.
Jane's gonna roll and I hope it's good, but it's probably not gonna be good.
Joke's on you, Sherman. Oh my gosh, I don't even have a dice thing set up for a crit with the dagger.
Oh, just do your normal dagger damage, then double it.
Okay, cool.
Normal non-intelligence bonus, whatever.
Right. That's 30 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice. Real solid crit. You do not apply your crit effect because it wasn't against the target. Actually, I don't even know if investigators get crit effects, but don't matter because it definitely wasn't your stratagem.
And the dagger comes
Stuff.
flinging back into Val's hand, and she looks at Dro, who she's standing next to now, and she goes, I really hate these guys.
Yeah. Quite annoying. And these are all colored differently. Like, what the fuck?
They're not even wearing
They're
gray.
not even gray.
They're gray in the game. I just only have so many miniatures ready to play with.
No, that guy was blue.
In the book, it is blue.
It's okay. Yeah, the book definitely looks bluish, but in my mind, I like to think that they're just adding vibrancy to the gray theme.
I thought it was like a rank.
No,
Mm.
it's like a Power Ranger thing
Yeah.
with colors.
Yeah.
Or,
Mm.
That is the mastodon over
Oh.
there.
Totally.
All right. Well, it's No Hood's turn that you just shot and then threw a knife into.
Sure.
So they are going to have a hand cross. So they're going to instant opening against you, Val. So
Okay.
you'll be flat-footed using a few choice words or gestures. Let's just imagine some things that are not radio arable. And then they're going to whip that hand crossbow out with the quick draw because I think they keep it loaded because in my mind that makes my rules easier. And they're going to fire this hand crossbow shot. God damn it.
Mhm, that's a natural one.
It's not a natural one.
Damn it.
So remember, you have a -2 to your AC.
Uh-huh.
33?
That's a miss.
Fuck.
The bolt comes flying at Val, and she just flicks it out of the way.
Just flicks it.
It's like the Matrix up in here.
Yeah.
Okay, reloads the hand crossbow. It's Fox's turn.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
That was
who,
the whole
Who
turn?
was that?
Because instant opening, shot, reload, 3 actions.
Which character was that?
No Hood, number 4.
Fox, can you get Portsmouth Carmino out of the way?
Probably eventually, but I want to do this first.
I love how all of a sudden Watson's having trouble with names.
We're coming, Scaramucci.
I mean, you know how whenever old people ask you what your name is and you tell them very loudly what it is and they still get it wrong?
Yes.
I just imagine that's what happens to him every time.
Like how
Starbucks.
Jason called you Troy.
That one I understand.
Oh, is that an age take at Jason?
Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yeah, what
a
are you
spell
doing?
strike.
So are you flying in or just walking
No,
in?
just walking.
Fine. Walk in, spell strike. Is this going to be on Green Hood over here?
Yes. Yes,
That's
that's
number
correct.
3.
Who I'm flanking.
Yes, you are definitely flanking.
And let's just see if we hit.
All right. Getting ready for a roll. I don't know, Jared's.
That's pretty good.
What do you got?
43.
Not a crit. Definitely a hit.
Nice.
Great. I cast Chain Lightning.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I feel like the one drop that we got to find out what the rate request would be to commission is. I just want some generic hype drop. Yeah.
I just asked him about doing one for recall knowledge, and trust me, it's going to be awesome.
So 28 weapon damage.
God. Oh, now I'm dropping my markers on the ground. So much
And
damage.
you'll have to make some chain lightning DC.
Reflex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reflex
so
DC
we're gonna
36.
start. We're gonna start with number 3. What's your DC?
36.
Much lower than Trent's.
Yes.
Reflex, they're pretty good at, but not that good. Okay, so that's 35.
Oh, yes.
So that's a fail on number 3.
Yes.
That's green one, right?
Yep, green hood. And then I'm sure it'll jump to number 1 next. So it'll go 3, 1, 2, 4. We can go, we'll just go in line. So it'll go 3. The numbers don't matter to the listeners.
3, 1,
it goes
4,
in a line.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one, I don't know if that'll be a crit success. That will definitely be a success. So that's going to come up to 43. So not a crit success, but a success.
Right.
And it only stops on a crit success, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's
Half damage.
no hood is going to fail. And then red hood, natural 20. Crit succeeds, but they're the last one. So
Okay.
So full, half, full, no damage.
yep.
So not a great roll.
Yeah, a couple ones in there.
38 is full damage.
So 38 is full damage. So that's going to hit number 3 first. I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively play this for myself. Here we go.
God almighty, that's a terrible math.
And that really is some god awful math. But arcs around, hits everyone except for the last person who just dodges out of the way. And I imagine it hits one of the plants in the room, just and fries it. So there's this room that's sort of lit up, this green room lit up a little bit by the white flash of lightning.
You got
These folks are not looking good. We're getting a little long in this episode, but everyone's so messed up. Let's see if you can finish it off. Okay.
You got the initial weapon damage, right?
Yes, I did
Okay,
get the
cool.
initial weapon damage as well. So move, 2 action spell strike. That's your turn, right?
That's it.
All right. Grey Gardner, assassin number 1, right in front of Drosharis, I think is going to instant opening. This will make you flat-footed. This is not a result of flanking or anything else, so it will affect you. But I'm having to spend an action for it. Because it's not a result of flanking or any other things you mentioned. It's a result of distracting you, essentially.
But it doesn't have to do with flanking.
No, it does not. I'm spending an action to make you flat-footed. Using an ability called instant opening, which makes you flat-footed.
What is... So it's a move that you do.
Yeah, it's a move that
it's
I
not
do.
you're
Yeah.
hiding or whatever.
Correct. No, I'm
Got it.
distracting you using choice words and gestures.
Just cheating.
All right, so then I'm going to lash out with this kukri. 37 against flat-footed AC.
Yet.
Got 1 action left. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a miss. 31 against flat-footed AC. It's assassin number 2's turn. Red Hood is going to is an instant opening you. Same thing, use an action to distract you. Going to shoot you with its hand crossbow. 32 against flat-footed AC, Jason? Yeah.
Dude.
Final action to reload. Droshars, it's your turn.
Mash.
The dice
Get
are on
'em.
our
Time
side.
to
This
mash.
mash.
Yeah,
go around.
absolutely.
Do you remember a nice, really fun feat that I have called Quick Reversal?
I remember that it was crazy.
I would
It
love
allows
to
me
hear
to hit
the.
both people who are flanking me
Oh, yeah.
in one action.
Mm-hmm.
I roll twice,
Yep.
but I use my first
Attack penalty.
attack penalty for both.
Yeah.
That
Cool.
is very cool.
Wait, so it's 2 attacks for 1 action?
Yes.
What level fighter feat is this?
4.
Really?
Holy shit.
So it probably makes your third attack be your third attack penalty.
Yeah, I
Probably.
would have guessed that.
That is such a cool fighter feat.
That is
2
very cool.
attacks
That's awesome.
Yeah.
for
What's
1
it called?
action.
Quick reversal.
Green,
Yeah. Okay.
and then the other guy.
Yeah, I trust you. That is awesome. I mean, I call bullshit for theatrics, but that's just fighters are so cool. Sometimes I forget they're oh, that's why fighters are so good at this.
Mhm.
Like they don't do other things. They fight very well.
41 on both. I rolled 2 8s.
41 on both is a hit, not crits.
crit.
Nice.
So this is against number 1 or Blue Hood.
I'm
and
looking to make sure that I don't roll. I think I roll 1 damage for both.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
might have
double
something
check.
weird.
Make sure you get that bleed too.
Is the
Yes.
second one flanked? Flat-footed?
Yeah, the second one is flat-footed, but it would not turn that into a crit.
Okay.
Jason's doing well here. Not that.
Yeah, it
well.
doesn't say that I roll. It doesn't say either way that I roll 1 or 2 different damages.
I think it'd be 2 different damages. Is
Okay.
how I would play that. So let's
All
roll
right.
against the first target, the one that's really messed up.
Sweet.
Your two-handed sword just messing these
That's
people
right.
up.
Just mashing fools. 25.
No, quick question here. Does that have any of the weird fighter traits like press or open?
It has press and flourish, so I can't use the. That's the downfall. Is that
Yeah.
it takes up so much of that.
Does press have to be your? Is
The
press
First thing you do a turn.
or does
right?
it have to be a follow-up
Press
attack?
is the one that affects your
Oh.
multiple attack penalties, so it's for a follow-up attack. The flourish is the one that you do
so
more
wait, so
than one
does this
thing
have
at
to
a
be
time.
your second attack then to do a quick reversal?
That's not what it says.
Okay, I'll have to look. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember what press does. Trent, can you look up press?
Yeah.
Regardless, you've got one attack off in the first person. Roll for damage.
So the green guy gets 25.
Okay. Oh, you're hitting the green one first.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Green
Can
one.
only
is-
be used if you are currently affected by a multiple attack penalty.
so this basically has to be your second action.
But
Correct.
I think that it's 2 actions and
Yeah.
it has both the flourish and the press, and I think that it takes that because
Flourish means you can only use one flourish action a turn,
Yeah.
okay.
and press means you just have to be your second action. You basically have to already be under the effects of a multiple attack penalty.
Okay.
So if you want, I'm cool with you keeping your first roll to
Yeah.
hit against your choice of which one. And then for your second action, you can kind of roll it forward, but it'll be... Let's just reset. We'll let you keep one of your rolls. You got a hit, 41. Do you want to attack the one in front of you or the one behind you?
The green one.
The one behind you. Okay, that's number 3. And how much damage is this?
25.
Okay, I don't personally love that, but I respect your choice. So that's your first action is just a strike with it.
Mhm.
Now, because you're under the effects of a multiple attack penalty, you can
Wrong.
now use a press
You're
ability.
incorrect.
How so?
It specifically says it does not affect your attack penalty.
No. This will not affect it for these 2 strikes. You can only use an ability with the press trait in an instance in which you've
So
already
you get to use your second attack.
The second strike has the same penalty
as the
as
first.
the initial strike.
So normally, if you make 3 attacks in a turn, it's no penalty, -5, then -10, right? So in this case, you'll get a attack at full and then 2 attacks at -5 instead of an attack at -5 and -10.
That doesn't make sense to me, but okay.
All right.
So it's like
For me, it feels like this is telling me that I can do.
It's your second strike as a part of this action
All right.
will not take an additional
let's move
penalty.
on.
Cool.
So I was
right.
trying to finish, but
No, all good.
the other
So,
one was 38 if I hit 38 damage.
yeah, and that hit.
Nice.
Even with the -5, that's exactly their AC. And how much
No,
damage?
that was the damage. I hit both of them.
Yeah, but doesn't
Okay, so
matter.
-5 is 36. Hit the second one.
Exactly. And that's why it still hits. And then you get a third attack
38.
also at a -5 instead of a -10. Number 1's dead. The one in front of you is you take its head off.
The green one?
No.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
Into the cookies.
It's cookies.
Was that no hood?
no
No,
hoods
that
in
was-
back.
No. Okay.
That was
And so
blue
this is
hood.
where this
Blue hood.
continues to be a really badass choice because this is your second action.
I rolled
you
a
get a-
natural 19.
So
Yeah.
and you're only at your and even though this is your third attack, you're only at your second
That
attack
makes
penalty.
sense now.
And you'll still have another action after this. So now you can chuck this at the green hood. So what's the total to hit with your second attack penalty?
47.
So that is a crit on your third attack of the turn.
Suck it anyways, James. How about that?
Yeah. Everybody fight.
Okay, so that's a crit. So double some damage on this fucker.
Holy
76.
crap.
That's the total.
That's the total.
Oh my God.
Okay, so they're alive.
Have another action?
Fuck. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Please don't. Please, for the love of God.
Not bad.
This is at your final attack penalty. They are flanked though.
35 on a flanked character.
That 35 hits because
Yes.
So awesome. I love Droshar so much.
I can just.
33.
they're dead.
Of course they are. I
Both
just.
heads fly off into the cookies.
I just know how much Jason loves Drosharis because sometimes we'll just like on a random day after an episode comes out get a message in the Discord where Jason's like, I'm just gonna say it, Drosharis is a badass.
That actually
Yeah.
does happen.
So yeah, that's quick reversal. That's
That's
why it's
dope.
awesome. So
that makes more sense now.
yeah.
I was
so there
like,
you
we
go.
can just deal with it off camera or off.
For those of you who are listening, it's the weirdest part about fighters. You have openings, which mean like you have to make it before you've made any other attacks. Presses only once you've done something that can occur. So you can grab first to get that penalty and then do it. Like we've seen.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, like that's in our other game. Eli does that a lot with his character. He'll grab first to incur the multiple attack penalty and then follow up with that.
Yeah.
And then flourishes, which is just you can only do one thing with the flourish per turn. Yeah, fighters have a lot of weird currencies.
They do. It's weird.
It's almost like playing a Street Fighter. Like you're setting up combos basically in turn sequences. It's Watson's turn. There's only 2 left.
Yeah.
Droshar's just
I'm like
finished
so
off
far
half
back
the
here.
room.
I don't. It's gonna. Let me see. How about I go guidance on Val and I think I just kind of sit here and
You know what?
contemplate my. Oh no! I will. Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
You're gonna go for. You've got a clear line of sight.
It's
It's
literally
no
120 feet.
It's a man named Ray from the town of Frost.
I attack Ray.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
And he shows up and he's like, "Hi, I'm Ray. I'm from Frost, Illinois."
Frost does seem like it'd be in Illinois.
All right.
It's going to have shit cover. No hood is your best shot.
Okay. Yeah,
It'll
that's
have
fine.
shit cover. Or he will have shit cover.
44?
Wow.
Hit, not a crit.
Okay.
It'd be Frost, Minnesota, for the record.
That's so
Oh,
true.
Makes more sense. I'm Ray. I'm from Frost, Minnesota.
Or Frost, South Dakota. Like North Dakota.
Yeah.
It's near Minot, I'm sure.
There is another one in Florida. I think it's called like Frost Proof or something like that. It's like the name of the town.
That
It's
is
like Florida would have a town named Frost Proof.
Yeah,
Frostproof.
that's Frostproof Florida. That's up on
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
24 cold damage.
Nice. Okay.
Wow.
So that's your turn. We're going to keep this going just because we're so close to finishing this fight.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All
I
right.
can't believe I killed those guys in
That was,
one
That was
turn.
pretty
quite
cool.
awesome.
Val, it's your turn.
All right. So no hood is still over there, still Val's lead.
Yeah.
So she's gonna devise the stratagem
For
for
free.
free.
That little die.
The tiny die has failed me, so I
Wait,
am
1
not.
second. I'm sorry. I have something for this.
It's good, but it's probably not gonna be good.
You know what I hate the most about this is how happy all of you look when it plays.
It's so catchy.
But what'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
So whatever you roll next,
probably
you
not
do
gonna
have
be good.
guidance, so you could add a +1.
You do pick that before you
That's
roll.
That's why I say whatever she
True.
rolls next.
Turn
Yeah.
that 2 into a 3.
Yeah. So
And you can
and
just shoot the other one.
yeah, instead of
That would hit for
the
me.
great thing is that it's for free, and so
Yeah, that's
instead
cool.
of shooting that guy, I'm gonna shoot. Well, I actually need to reload, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll reload and then I'll shoot the other guy
With your +1.
with
that
my
you're using.
+1 from guidance from my friend Watson, even though, and Val's going to look at you and go, "Thank you, but I know you only did that because I'm the last one you could actually give it to today."
Who are you? What am I doing here?
Okay. That's a little better. That's going to be a 43.
That's a hit.
Okay. And the damage. Is it a crit by chance?
No, it's not.
Dang
Thank you
it.
for asking, though.
Those numbers are so small.
They are really small. I love this thing, but it is hard to see. It's 19 points of damage.
Okay. Dope.
And she's going to throw the dagger at him.
It's classic for a reason. Change just playing Call of Duty. That's all I can imagine. It's like the pistol and dagger from
Yep.
Modern Warfare 2 back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yes. It's a 37 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right.
Dwarf
Even
all
with
the time.
shit cover, that's a hit.
You hit
These guys
the
are kind of
magistrate.
suck. Am I right?
I know. I'd rather fight gardeners all day, man. This is way
Yeah,
easier.
seriously. Like, where have these been while we're getting attacked by Grim Reapers? It's 17 points of damage with the dagger.
It's almost like they felt like they couldn't do it on their own.
Yeah, it's because they're weak and
Outsourcing.
sad.
Okay.
Val's saying this the whole time. You are weak
Outsourcing your
and sad.
toughness.
It is now No Hood's turn. He did spend an action to reload, so he's going to instant opening on Drosharis, so you're flat-footed. Fire off the hand crossbow. I might finally frickin' hit with this. It's going to be 47 to hit flat-footed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate like the collaborative work here. I think that's really important
If
to our
anybody
game.
got to take damage, it's the fighter. It makes sense.
So that's going to be
True.
11 points of crossbow damage.
11.
11.
11.
But
111.
then,
11.
but then I do get sneak attack damage, which is where the real fun is. And you know what? I do get to use one of these very comically small dice that Trent also gave me.
But I cursed yours.
Haha.
Which is very
We're going to
convenient.
break that button.
I just love imagining your friend sitting in like his office being like, terrible
He was
math.
definitely playing the guitar too while he was singing it. So
And recording each of the harmonies
Yeah.
separately.
Yes, yeah.
And then
That's 28 points of sneak attack damage on top of that as well.
Is that all?
And then reload. Yeah. It's now Fox's turn.
all right, Fox is moving in to No Hood over here.
Don't love it. I get attack of opportunity on you.
Take
Yes.
it, I dare you.
You're here.
Jason and Jared's competitiveness has
Yeah.
reached a new level.
Which square is he on?
He's just
Next to the-
to the north of
Okay.
Ortwald. Yeah. So you
Attack.
are now not flanking, Fox. You know that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Sure.
that makes sense.
Just making sure you know. You've now moved up to the north part of the room, circling around the last two gardeners that are they themselves sort of standing on either side of Potted Garmino.
Does
Oh.
a 36 hit?
A 36 hits exactly.
Perfect. Perfect. Then that is going to be.
You know, while you're looking at that, I will say, Jason, I appreciate you killing people that you were about to apply love effects to, because it's really easy to remember dead versus
Yeah.
frightened and bleeding.
Those guys are still bleeding pretty badly.
When you lose a head, that does happen.
So I guess you have to keep track of that.
Oh, okay.
23 damage
Okay. On
No Head.
no hood. He still has a head.
No head.
No
now.
Head.
For
Okay, so
now.
move, attack, and
Oh, that's going to be a hit.
Oh, nice.
Here's my terrible math.
We're doing it again. We're all excited about these drops because we just got them, but eventually the listeners are going to be like, we get it.
Yeah.
Terrible math.
43.
43 points of damage.
No, to hit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a hit. I was
That
like,
was
oh
to
my
hit.
god.
That was the harder math for me because it doesn't do it automatically like this roller does. 21 damage.
Oh,
Couple low ones, man.
Yeah, 2 and a 1 in there.
okay.
Get it together, Fox.
Hey, I'm doing good damage.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm
Okay.
fucking these guys up.
All right, so that's gonna make it Red Hood down there's turn. Gonna follow
Watts
the
has not
same.
even in the room yet.
no, I've been like, oh, just
He's
fight
like,
for my
oh
kid.
god.
You guys go ahead.
This one same thing. Gonna create an opening on you, Droshars. Shoot you with the hand crossbow, which I think I may actually pull off a hit courtesy of flat-footed. 42 flat-footed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was
we're
like 52. Can you show me that math?
That's terrible math.
That's terrible math. That's me 14 points of damage from the weapon, and then sneak attack. Fortunately, these numbers are really small, so my math is better. That's how that works. I really want everyone to know that.
Prove it.
18 points of sneak attack damage. Look at that right there.
You got to help me out, man. I'm down to 200 points.
Oh no.
And
You're
then
slightly scratched.
final action, reload. Okay, that makes it Drosharis' turn.
Drosharis, what to do? These misshapen things
Those
with
are
the
like
X's in them?
Those are like plants
Or
and
like
trees.
a ficus?
Like a shrubbery.
All right. Can I get through them, or is it difficult terrain?
Just extra space. 5 extra feet. Sort of while you're moving, I will call out an interesting note of clarification. In 2nd edition Pathfinder, difficult terrain is not double movement, it's 5 additional feet of movement. So for if something were to reduce your speed there, it wouldn't make like 10 feet to get through become 20, 10 feet becomes 15.
Does Orvald give me flanking?
No, he's
Shite.
He's
Yeah, he didn't
eating
give
dirt.
me flanking either.
Can I push him out of the way and take a square?
no. You could take an action to athletics shove Orvald.
I'll just go around. I have
Yeah,
the
okay.
movement speed.
So you go around to the south. So now basically there's a big long table, think Last Supper, and the center is Ortwald Potmino. To either side of him are 2 gray gardeners, and then going out to the far ends of the table on the right We have Fox on the left. We have Drosharis just pushing in towards the center.
Yes.
All right.
Let's see. So I'll swing it the Red Hood.
Just little normal, friendly, fun attack.
How?
Oh, God.
How's a 48?
That's a critical hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Man.
Mash. 38.
38 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Lame. Okay. Let's see. 38. and then
Oh,
what's your-
sorry, that wasn't critted.
Yeah, I was like,
So
that was double.
76.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
now I get to use this.
The button, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Still
So-
alive?
Yeah, he's
Nice,
still alive.
dude.
He's
Nice.
been he was the one that critically saved against the second chain
Oh, that's
lightning, and this one's been relatively unscorched.
Okay.
Yeah,
48.
that's a
Sorry,
critical.
38.
Still a hit. That's a hit, not a critical hit.
Yeah,
So roll for some damage.
39.
39.
Dang.
Still up, but barely.
That head's coming off, bro.
Get it.
It's
And we're going to
Watson's.
give him back to the gardeners later.
It's Watson's turn.
Just drop it down the hole
Yeah,
from
just
that one
4
room.
heads down the
like,
hole.
Watson goes, "Ah," and runs forward 20 feet.
For
It's
those
his
of
battle
you,
cry.
for those of you listening, which is everyone, because we don't record anything, Trent totally just pumped his arms up and down really small, like a little T-Rex running.
And he will cast Electric Arc
Yes.
as a cantrip.
Not. Is that different from Chain Lightning?
It is, except it only targets up to 2
Oh, okay.
creatures.
Yeah, it's a multi-target cantrip.
It's almost perfect for this situation.
So
Do I make reflexes on this, or do you make
DC
attack rolls?
39 reflex.
Yeah, of course. All right, so let's start with the Red Hood, the one Drosharis has been wailing on. And my dice luck is not with me today. 33, that's a fail.
It is.
Yeah, and then the one to the north is gonna, jeez, that's a crit fail.
Oh,
No hood crit fails.
double damage.
It's
I gotta
our
just go back and
new
click
drop.
that.
It's our 10th drop.
This is a 9d4 plus 6 electricity.
You 94 damage?
94.
plus 6.
Full damage is 28.
You'll double the, oh, right, 28 and then doubled. Okay, so
Which is 56.
Red Hood dead. And then,
More like Dead Hood, am I right?
His head comes off right. He electrocutes his head off.
it's like the movie Scanners. It
Yeah.
just- and then 56, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The other one is alive, technically. Val, it's your turn.
All right.
No Hood is the only one left.
Yeah, Val is going to run up to No Hood
Uh-huh.
and be like, tell us what they're doing here, or we'll kill you like your friends.
I would rather die.
All right, then she shoots him.
That's her specialty.
Yeah.
Would you like to devise a stratagem?
I would like to devise a stratagem, thanks.
Would you like to supersize it?
I would like to supersize it. Neat. Okay, I'll take that stratagem roll. That is a natural 14, which means that we are looking at I can't remember if it was a 30 or... yeah, we're looking at a 44 for it to hit.
Okay, so that's a hit.
Okay, cool.
Before you roll damage, really quickly, what's your bonus to damage?
My bonus
Yeah,
to
what's your
damage.
bonus to damage?
On the pistol?
Yeah, is it 6 or higher?
6, yes.
He's dead.
Okay.
You know what? I'm sure you have a lot of questions about what's going on here, how Ortwald Popmino is doing, and why this fight was so easy. Find out the answer to that and more. Tune in next week.
Oh, bye.
Gardeners' heads are falling off.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.